061 452370. Will you take a call from your daughter on the Kilrush Road, Ennis? Thank you. Caller, call is now in motion. While I hesitate to listen to the bated breaths of the exchange lady as she gasped for air with squeals of appeal. Scandalous. She was what? She was in Brendan's again last night, out in the town. Torn down buildings, leaving a scar on my memory. Now, after all these years, little prayers of pensiveness, time becomes raptured and ruptured. Tentacles and tangles of tassels from old knitted scarves of fair eye become the woolen snakes on the doors of my grandmother in the Fair Green, where she made her own assertion in life. My mother's mother, beautiful, honourable line maker, as she set the maps in the family. Bosco believers and legions of Mary, now gone. I find a different fellowship in things more natural, less strained. Through the library's eyes and the looks of no lovers, I become tainted at 16, feeling I would never be kissed. Empire State Building is a dream where all tomorrows go to. Forever on a wing, forever on a prayer. Mildest submissions become miracles. And the greatest of hearts bring the greatest of ease. I lay down my foundations now, my cornerstones and things dancing and dabbling. The candles come furtively from the kitchen sink as I dance around Delphire, thinking, when am I ever going to see the end of this mess? With slumdog landlords, all praying for pennies. As a new horizon meets my dawn, and a new grace becomes the tower. Fletching the freedom through fights and discoveries, alerting new possibilities on the heads of Guinness pints served in Brown's pubs, where thoughts become like tadpoles swimming around the urchinless bowl. Sinking through the cesspool when I was 21. A psychiatrist's dream a nervous crash test dummy. Submissive and pure, not knowing the reason why, which I happily forgive. For important matters now, are the children playing, dancing free, curing me of all my bitternesses, being my salvation. As any child that greets me on the 304 Ballycummin become the little ducks in the pond, bobbing along beside their mothers, crying and wailing for things they can't understand, they can't get. A Cape Crusader, they say, reminiscing on rhymes and reasons from fairy tale to folklore. And a boathouse known as Noah's Ark fills us with biblical fantasies and wild stories of men falling off horses only to get up to be struck by lightning. To be proclaimed as a foundation stone of Christ's new kingdom. Kneeling and genuflecting on things, hoping for salvation. Saying I'll rob 10 pence from my father's pocket to people who would have robbed a lot more. And now my eyes become focused on the lineages and the tapestries of all our ancestors. The crossroads, less hatched, the roads home more clear. The acute angles become my marks, and my disability brought me deformity, suffering the stings like vinegar and must, mold and piss, lest I forget that everyone does. And the Celtic muse becomes the offspring of things I've never seen. And the sty in my eye becomes replaced with thoughtful tea bags that my grandmother put on Colum's eyes, curing him of his blistered childhood, of happiness in the fields, getting his fingers caught in brambles. Despite this, he brought home honest earnings of blackberries and songs and stories. Finding thirsty teacups and eggshells, smelling piped tobacco from older people who assume that they are more wise than you. shape forms the new divinity. As I hear birds outside of a different cacophony, and I make bodies out of strange things like twigs and leaves, roll and rumble, bump and pat, bliss and song. Television never held my destiny. Radio became my frequency. My sharp-pitched mind at 8 became the antennae of my thinking. Fried egg wall palaces, I never forgot my hungered years, nor do I want to. For things hearts got are things to dance for. And bended knees and scabby toes, and wet socks up by the fire, and ironing boards and irons left to one side until my mother, in slippers bought new for her for Christmas, would stand and iron one shirt after the other. Working so hard with humble mind and humble hands. His father went out to fetch potatoes in lines and furrows of fields, and grew carrots and parsnips to resemble the pots of his youth from casted coppersmiths, men and women. I never knew the truth, and I never will. But I knew one thing for sure, that when children are born, that's when the truth is known. When little dresses become big dresses, and little feet becomes their own marching tune. That is the Sonyata of all dreams. Amen.